I actually cut this Amazon package wrong, and instead of throwing it away, I turned it into one of my favorite pockets in the journal. So you just have all kinds of Amazon envelopes for whatever reason. I had one that had a gusset in it, but apparently I've lost it. So today we're going to look at making some pockets from our file folder. Or we're going to look at making some pocket for our journal from the Amazon packaging. So I have a couple that I found. There's a file folder that we could make a gusset pocket out of, an Amazon envelope, field note pocket, or this one is the one I was looking at. It is expandable pocket back cover feature. So this is going to go in the back of our journal. But I have a couple of other ones that I made, a little mini file and just different ones. But today we're going to use that recipe card. We're still working with this and this ephemera pack. So what I want to do first is figure out which one's going to be the best size, because that's how big. Right here. These two, they have that foam stuff in them, so they are actually bulkier. This one doesn't. And it looks like it might be the right size going in. As far as this way, we can close the gussets up. I'll show you how to do that. And I think we could probably cut it about right here to give us a flat. Let's see if this will work. Yeah. I'll have to actually cut the paper. I'm gonna go with, well, let's go with 10 for now. We could use this too. This might be better. It's a bit better. Look, we're going to try that right there, I think. So we close it like that. I was undecided whether I wanted to use this flap as a closure. And really, I don't know if I need that bigger piece. This looks like it would work really good right here at this size. What I was thinking with this is the flap. We still could use that for a flap. So what I'm going to do, let's see. I want to fix the gusset some kind of way. So to do that, I need to have this fold in. And since I don't want it going longer than that, I think I'll fold it right there. That means I got to play with it. Now, see, I do have a little bit of a gusset here. It'll open up if I do it this way. And then the other side, the same thing. I could probably fold it this way to get that. Yeah. And then it'll go up there. And then this side will come up too. So that makes that side over there crooked. We're going to fix this. Let's see. Or what we can do is just put the whole pages apart. Yeah, let's do that. I do want this a little bit straighter. So let me grab my. I'm going to snip this today. Okay, so instead of fighting with it together, I think we're going to do it this way. So to make an accordion file fold, let's see. What I usually do is I fold this on the 1/2 inch marks. So right here, say that's half, I'd go to 9, 8 1/2, and then 8. So I only need 3 of these 1/2 inch marks. I can fold it right. Yeah, that's the right way. So essentially, when you do the 3, you got 1 mark here, 1 there, and 1 there. And this one's not quite up to its spot yet. And that gives us our accordion file. Of course, when you have, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mark it so I know where my marks are. See, that one's a little off. Yeah. Okay. So that one's going to be a good mark. I'm using the pen, that way I can see what I'm doing. If you look, this is off too, so that's not helping. So 1/2 inch apart. And this is going to be the end. Well, you know, I should make this the inside since it's got all this writing, and this actually feels pretty good right here. I'm going to do that. We'll just have to figure out if we want those lines. We're just going to have them, I guess. So there's one. There's another 1/2 inch. Let me come over here and see if I can mark them on this side so I can see them. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this one in. So that first line gets folded towards me. And the next one gets folded out. Nope, wrong way. Okay, so then we're going to fold this in. So the first line right there goes in. The second line right here, fold it back the other way. And then this line, turn it back around the right way because I'm going to confuse you. Goes that way. So essentially what we have when we get to this point is an M. You can see it. You can see my folds are off. I'm going to try and straighten them up. And that's because my page is kind of crooked. That looks better. So see my M where it goes up this way, down, and like that. So first score, second score, third score. And then over here, we're going to fold this one the same way. I'm going to fold it in and then back out. Let's see if I get it right. Looks like it. So if you fold it and it's not going the right way, so this is going to be my inside. I'm all right on there. So that means my gussets, this end piece right here needs to be on the inside. So I want my M to start right there. How can I explain that? So when you fold this up, you want your M, this outside leg, to be pointing in towards the inside like that. So both of these flaps are going to be in. So if you folded it the wrong way, so you folded it this way, well, this flap is not pointing in, it's pointing to the outside. So just flip it around. It don't matter if you've already folded them on those lines, because you're going to fold them again, and just fold it back to where this flap goes towards the inside. So we can put an arrow there and an arrow there. What I wanted to do is actually have it going this way, which is going to be shorter. I think it'll be okay there. So the other thing I want to do is I want to have the bottom gusset also. So I'd like to have about the same measurements. And again, I'm going to fold these up. And our bottom flap is now going in too. So our problem now is this little section over here that's not getting folded up. You could do it like that, and then see if these will fold. It works right there. Let's get it on the other side, and then we'll go back over it. So what I'm doing is I'm folding this from that corner right there all the way up, and then I want that to go in like this. See what I've done? I've made a mitered corner. Let me see. So then these two are going to wrap around each other. So see how those two go down flat? And then this one's going to come back this way. And then it's going to fold back. Let's see. How do I do that? And like that. Okay. Okay, so now we have got to this point. We've got all our folds on all sides. Got it scored. We're going to draw a line from this spot here up to here. And then we're going to fold on that line, just like this. Okay. See if I can do this. I did it a while ago. So then I want this folded in half like that. Let's see. So then we fold that back in. Like this. So you fold, I fold mine the out way, and then I go back and push it in. So then we've got this. Just nice if you got a big one, a big box you want. But if you want it to gusset, you're going to push this down. See if I can do this again. There we go. I think that's it. And then fold it back this way. No, that's not it. How did I get that down so easily? It's just laid in there so pretty a while ago. Go back and watch my own video. Here we go. There's the down. And this. Okay. So we've got our lines marked. We've got our creases put in with our M going this way, and then also our M going this way. We've already pre-creased those. We're trying to get to this. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. So I'm going to push this middle part in where these two come together. See this little flap? And then I'm going to push these two together. See the M going in? And this piece is going to come down, fold down. You still have this piece and this little piece there that's folded. And you push it down. So I have to work at figuring out how to explain that better, but I definitely will see what I can do. Put all my crooked lines over here. So I wanted this big enough, but you know what? I may just put it on. Does it fit there? No, not. I think I'm going to put it on the page like this instead of that center. Let's see. If we go right here, and glue that down. And then put a flap in there. We'll have a little pocket here, and then we'll come back to this one. That way I can practice this fold, where I can explain it better than what I just did. But if you see, we got this is going to open and that's going to open to give us gussets. And what I'm going to do is glue this down and this down. And I want to put some glue in here just to kind of hold that. And I want to be careful, because if I put glue on all the folds, then I'm going to have too much going on for this to stick. So I do want a side opening pocket. And it's going to take a minute for this to dry on there the way I want it to. See, I can open this part right there because it has that gusset opening. The same on this side. So the way it folded up, and I will work on that so I can explain it better. We'll see if I can find somewhere that's got a better explanation, because I'm sure that's not just my idea of problem solving, but we'll see. So this will actually open up quite a bit now. Put stuff in. I want to take some of this and use for my fold over. What about there? And I'm not trimming it all because I want to do so what I want to do is have this to where it goes in there. This way. Or maybe the other way. It comes down and it folds. I kind of like this right there, so we may do it that way. We don't necessarily need that much in the inside, but I think it would help to stabilize it, or even to fold it like this and then make this our little piece that we stick in, just to make that stronger. Or have this too that we could put on there to kind of stabilize that piece. So I'm just trying to give my envelope a little more structure here. Actually, one on the other side. I'll remove that. The reason I'm putting this on this side, and it may not stick, it's not going to, because this is more like a plastic. It's got some wax on it. So I may have to rethink this whole thing. See if they'll stick. Of course, that side got stuck. Okay. Is it going to stick? I don't know that it's going to stick there. Alright, so we may just have to turn this around. That way I have this side that's Now, I also have this that I've been using to wipe the glue off my hands, but you know what? It is scrap, so we could actually use it on our thing here if we wanted, some kind of way. And just stick it in here. Let me see. I might sew it on there in a minute. So I like to prototype first before I start doing too much. One that could go right here, we could glue it down and still have a little bit extra left over. See, this one you can tell I had the glue using it with this. But it's not like it's gross or anything, it's just glue. So I could stretch it out and use it too for something like this. If I sewed this on, I think I would like it. Let's see. Okay, so this is what I got. Let's just cut this extra off right now. So I have some pinking shears. I'm going to, if I can't pretty the sides up a little bit, I may have to restitch. I don't think I need to do the inside. What I was thinking while I was over there, let's make a little decoration. Got this. I think would look good on here somewhere. Some dots or some squares, something that I could move across. Now I have orange. Actually carved pumpkin. This looks orange, so I'm going to try it. I think it'll go in our book. And no, I've never done this one before, so we'll see how it goes on used. Oh, that's looking good. Let me see if I can line it up now. Let's see. This is harder than it looks like. There we go. I like this look on here. Look at that. That is so pretty. If I can get it back lined up. Looks good. Put it in like this. Wrap it around. We had some lace. Well, we did have lace. So we could put another piece on there to match. Cut it down or something. Put a piece here. So I'm going to sew these onto this scrap here that I got. Okay, so I did some wonky stitching here. Go this side so I can see what I did. This is how I wind up getting new creations when I do it. So I feel like it should go that way. But I think we could put another pocket right here. That's bugging me though. So the reason that's bugging me is this little piece right there. I just can't deal with it. So I still want it kind of crooked. And then we're just going to stencil this one too. And make us a pocket. To go on the outside. And if I had thought about this early enough, we could have sewed it on there. But when you think of things like this on the go, that's the fun of it, is you get to play with it and think about, oh, what can I do next time? So if I can get some of this in there. Get back over here and frame. I'm liking this. So while I have this, I think I am going to go ahead and try and do the edges so that they look, ooh, I missed it. There we go. I got it now. So this will go right here. Do I want to do anything on the back of it? Underneath on the brown, do you think we should just leave it? Or should we put maybe some dots on it? We'll put some dots. Just to give it something. Yeah. So a lot of it's going to be covered up, but it just gives it more, I don't know, what do you call it, dimension maybe? The orange is a lot more pinky than that. I feel like I need a little bit more down there. The thing about these circles, they don't actually have so much be covering each other. See, look at my hands. So I've got baby wipes over there, and that's what I use, and this is what I use them for. So now I'm going to start saving them. I've been throwing them away, but this looks like a cool way to use them. And this one will have orange all over it. And you could even stick it in there and get some more color on it if you wanted to while it's wet. Although I think I like the way it's doing when it's dry. Okay. Got off track again. I'll put that over there. And we'll put that on there like that. Leave this side and this, and we'll leave this other side open. I hope my glue is going to work. You know what? I want to get my Fabri-Tac out because this is I put that on the wrong side. Okay. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac and just put a light row down it. And just flop it over, and I'm actually going to kind of push it up like that. That way I got a little bit more room in that pocket. I could have turned it the other way and probably done that much better, but the glue's on that side now. So now we got this side. See, I don't think it's going to take anything on that side. I think we're just going to have to glue it down. And I'm going to go and run a couple more stitches across here to hold all that, since the glue is going to be on that side. Okay, so I did lines all the way down. I did these smaller ones on this side. That way when I glue it in, it'll hold that down. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on. You know, I don't want to put a whole, make it real big yet, because I want to see how far my pocket will come out. I'm going to gently stick it in there. I just need to go in a little bit further. I'm thinking right there is pretty good. See where we're at. We're in there pretty good ways. I'm going to need that. What I would like to do is have a button. I don't have any buttons, do I? I like that look. Kind of want that to have been shorter, but you know what? If I make it shorter, then it's gonna not look as good. So a button would look really good right there to poke it in. See if I can find one laying around. Okay. See if I can get it to go through this button. Oh, there we go. So I did not go buy a button, but I did get one. Let's see. I can't put it right about there. This is going to be interesting. I'm just going to tie this in a knot. See if our little hole is going to work. Well, you know what I should have done was probably run this around the bottom. Problem is, it's going to rip out, I think. Let's try one of these other small ones to go with it. Put it on the other side like a washer. Oh, my trash people are here. I'll run it back through one more time. And this time, I'm going to actually try and get some room under the button. So what I'm going to do is take this and wrap it around the shank or the part under the button. See, it's giving it some more room in there. And then I'm going to pull it back through and tie it off again and see if that helps. I don't know if I can do a bow. Might. Yeah. Yes, that is much better. My needle up before I lose it. So now we just use pieces of garbage so far. Got things decorating. So I do like this. Might be a thought to do a buttonhole stitch around the thing, but I'm not going to do it right now. I may go back later, but you do it right here. Actually, what I'm going to do, because that is, I'm going to put some glue in there. That'll probably help hold it. Let that part dry. See, I do have some lace that I could put on there, but I don't think I need it now. If nothing else, I may not put much on here to decorate. I could put these in here. My little found things, I could save these little pieces because they may come in handy. You never know. We'll even save the little string. Stick it down in there. I kind of was wanting to put something on this. I was looking for some more field note labels. I thought I had some cut out, but I don't see any. Because I wanted to put a label on this one. Let's see. Actually, I can print some more out. So this one is going to be number 5, I believe. We'll make it number 5. Yeah, I think it is number 5. So I'll make me another thing of these because it looks like I'm going to need more than just the one. See, this one's still wet, or I put it in there. This one's not, and I think there's enough. Maybe we might can make something out of it. Just stick it in a little pocket. Close it up. I'm going to put all this back in here because we're going to use these field note stickers, stamps that I just got and lost already. There it is. So this didn't quite turn out like my Amazon envelope that I was expecting, but it still came from that idea. So next week will be 22nd today. This will be next Friday, so that will be what? I don't know. We're going to say 5, 28, 26. And this one's going to be number 5. We did make an expandable Amazon envelope, didn't we? And because I want the date on here too. So I can put my notes when we get the other book. I'll get it in just a second. We can put them on there. And I will have to make me some more of these, but I do want to have these on here too so that I can find them. And know, well, this one went with this, so yeah, I do need to print some more of these off. And have them for future work. Don't put it right there. I'm going to stick it right there. I'll put that up there. Yeah, I like that. So that just finished that up for me very nicely. I like it. We can come back and do more decoration or not. But look at how big that pocket turns out to be. Instead of it being real close, we can put quite a bit of stuff in there. So that turned out really nice. Let me grab this. Okay, let's see, we did 3. 4 is going to be, wait a minute. No, because yeah, this one's going to be 4. I'm going to just kind of stick it here for right now. I don't lose it. I got more pieces. This is just an extra little piece that didn't work out. I'm going to put 4 on it so I don't forget. So then 5 is going to go over here. And since we used orange, I think I'm going to go ahead and use orange again on this page just to kind of match what we got going on. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of making it pretty. So we may come back to this idea again of the envelope, Amazon envelope, and I may wind up with a new recipe card, or we may just use this one. So what I will do is take a picture of our project in there, and I'm going to put it in here so that we have like history or field notes of what we're making. So this was the idea. Then the picture will be what we did today. And I'm going to put some notes on here because we did come into some complications. So that's what the book is for, is to put all these kind of things in there. I have to think about how I want to word it though. Let's see. I'm going to put next week on there just because it's going to be posted next week, but it's not going to be posted 28th. So we tried an envelope, Amazon envelope on the back. But by the time we got the gusset, by the time we did what? What did we do? Added the gussets. It really wasn't big enough. It wasn't wide enough. Let's see, how wide was our bag? Our bag was 9 inches. I'll put 9-inch bag right there. So we'll know we need a bigger bag. We're going to do top to bottom. We improvised and made a gusset pocket. From the envelope, loop, and found what are those? Diaper wipes. That I use to clean glue. So that actually gave us a little more chosen pieces. And we didn't use anything out of our ephemera pack. Didn't use the ephemera pack today. So one thing I do want to do is practice the gusset fold, because I want to be able to show you how to do it right instead of my crazy kind of trying to figure it out. I'm going to say gusset fold on 3 sides. Other than that, I think ours turned out really good. So what I'll do is later on I'll take a picture of this and we'll put it in here under this part so we know that it goes with that. This here, I'm going to put it on this side this time. And you know, maybe since we already have the number on this, we don't need the little stamp and stuff. I don't know. I do have a timestamp that I might could use for that. So we already got Field Notes recipe card 5, so we may not need that. Just put them in here, which I think will be good. Then we could come back to this. We could say, oh, this is recipe card 5, so let's go look at our book, and this is it. So it would tell us what we did. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. So that is, well, I want to say that is it for today, but you know what? We still have to add a piece to our journal because it's a new day. If we put that one right there. So I don't know, I might put something else there later, but right now I'm just using some scraps that are kind of tall and long. And just kind of layering it. That way, if I do put a pocket or something there, the inside of the pocket will already have something down. And for the stamps, I've got it posted on Pinterest. I will have by the time this goes up. So you can go over there and print that off. Just do a screenshot or save the photo and print it. So I think we did a pretty good job today. We made our expandable Amazon envelope. I'm not even sure what to call it yet, so I have to figure out what we're going to say on the video. This turned out really good. I like that. So thank you so much for being here, and if you have any ideas like this, put them in the description below so I can try and work on them.